Hello, my dears. My name is Shera, and welcome to the stream. We are going to do some more Final Fantasy XIV today. I'm getting started a little bit early, because I'm kind of excited to get doing some more story stuff. We're really getting to a point where it's starting to accelerate for A Realm Reborn. There's still going to be pretty large chunks of stuff where we're not doing a ton, but yeah, I'm excited to share this with you guys. But I hope anybody watching this now or popping in later is having a good time and taking care of yourselves. Okay. So, we ended last time before accepting the next main story quest. We came to this town, which is Dragon something? Wow, Shera, Dragon's Head. Dragon Head. I thought it was Camp Dragon Head, but after a day of work, I really don't have much of a brain cell. But anyway, we stopped there because this place where the quest actually is not a settlement. You're supposed to, if you log out of the game, it's advised to do so in a settlement, because if you do so, you'll notice how my experience bar down here has a little blue thing on it. Until that blue goes away, and it goes up for every hour you spend in a settlement offline. Basically, it just increases how much XP you get. So yeah. Fat Chocobo, my beloved. Wait till you see it fly, Acer. The Fat Chocobo's flight is one of the most glorious, stupid things I've ever seen. But yeah, let's go say hi to my main man, Haurchefant. Was that here? No, we're talking to somebody else. Let's see, okay, it must be at the top. It can fly! Well, yes, not yet, because I haven't unlocked flying. But in all A Realm Reborn areas, after you beat the main story quest, you can unlock flying. That's actually relatively new. It used to be that flying was only restricted to later expansions, such as Heavensward. But they added it to A Realm Reborn, which I'm very happy about because it makes your life a lot easier. But of course, again, you can't get it until after you're done with the A Realm Reborn story quest. But yes, it looks so stupid. You can't stay long? That's understandable. I appreciate your presence anyway. Men of Honor. Josiah is attempting to attract your attention. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. So, as a recap of what happened last session, most of the members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn got murdered. The few of them who did survive got kidnapped or taken by the Empire. We are here because we got Cid to have his memories back, or at least some of them, and he's here to fix his ship, which crashed in this area like 5 years ago during the Calamity. And we need that ship to go fight Garuda, because Garuda is causing problems. You know, I do actually have the Mount Roulette on random. I'm deeply amused that it gave me the Fat Chocobo twice in quick succession. I'm over-leveled, so these guys actually won't bother me. Established astrologian. What a relief to see someone other than a goddamn birdman. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. Gee, how did you notice? The fact that all of your knights are, like you, Elizen, and I'm a Lalafell? Did that not tip you off? A man of House Durandare cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. I should have left you to die. Oh, let's take a look at these guys. Because we have an excuse to do so. Because we're not around unfriendlies. They do have a very cool design. They're weird teeths. And they're, like, mostly bald, but with just a couple of feathers. And horns. Very interesting design. Hey, ma'am. That dude you sent me to get was a prick. Are you aware that he's a jackass? I'm sure she is. Because remember, all of these guys from Ishgard, they'll only do... They're involved with their own war against the dragons, and they've basically been locked up in their city for so long that they're super religious. It's space France. Except even more isolationist. Not space. Fantasy France. Fantasy Catholic France crossed with Rome, I guess. I don't know. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you've already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sight of Duranian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatorium's records. That's just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. And let's just take the shortcut. Oh, shit! I didn't anticipate landing on this. Whoop. I'm sorry, Potato. I didn't mean to make you yell out, to make you shout. My poor dear. Where the shit? Okay, down here. Portelaine. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slayed 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you've rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? 3 for 3. Lord Portelaine requests that you perform a 3rd task on behalf of House Durandare. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed by the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance that any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you can find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Hallinard, further improving the chances that they'll indulge your request for aid. Fucking... I hate the name. Like, I say this as somebody who grew up just south of Quebec, but I fucking hate French names sometimes. What am I currently... Okay. Look at my little guy run. He looks so silly. Oh, squishy one, you shouldn't have spawned right next to me. That was a bad idea, buddy. Joke's on you, Tank. I'm taking out everyone else first. Bye, bitch. Listen, it's not my problem that you didn't pick stuff up and move it out of the way fat before I could arrive. That's a you problem. And now you're dead. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Goods bound for market and stolen by a band of heretics. God's blessed you, friend. It's here every last... Ah, but wait. That chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me, a draconian rosary, in the possession of Lord Francel? Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Hallinard is whispered to be infested with heretics. Have you considered the fact that it was planted evidence, and someone stole it for a reason? Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Hallinard. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. They keep using that word. I don't think it means what they... It does not mean what you think it means. What they're calling heretics is basically just people that don't worship the same thing as them. Or actually, it's people that consort with the dragons, which... That's not a heretic. That's a different thing. Heretic means a different thing. Sorry. Anyway. The Rose and the Unicorn. Sir Carolao has something very important to tell you. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Hallinard for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of a coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. What house are you? Durandare looks like. You can really only... all their armor's the same. It's their shield that's different. And the colors. Like, this is, I think, Durandare. The red. Oops, not you. So there's Durandare, Halinart, Fortemps, and I forget what the... I think there's a fourth one. Or are there three? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, what am I doing? He's upstairs. Or he's over here, rather. I always forget that this settlement counts as a settlement. See, Halinart is the rose, versus the other guy was a bell, and they're associated with blue. Yes? You look as though you have something to say. Do you? I seek an audience of the bearers of the White Lily. I will go whither the wild rose blooms, which is... So, White Lily was for the house, Hockey Manor. Wild Rose blooms, signs of the Seventh Dawn. Is that an Edelweiss in your pockets, or are you happy to meet me? That's terrible. I see Sir Carolo has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity has not been seen in Curthis since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd! I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possessions, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt... this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship? I see. It may require prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to aid you. Lord Harchefant of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. If worse comes to worse, seek the aid of we who bear the sigil of the rose. House Helenar has battled the Dravanian horde since the rise of Ishgard, and never shall we yield. See, you say that, but that's also true of every single other main house in Ishgard. But yeah, let's go meet one of my favorite characters in the fucking game. So, quiet, you want the knights to hear you pulled this knife from her dead hands. Well, that's concerning. But, yeah, House Fortemps is associated with yellow. And a unicorn is their crest. Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I'm not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray tell me why you've come. If If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes, the letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you require assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Kurthus before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortom. Hey, we're level 43. The Talk of Kurthus. Lord Haurchefant has a proposal for how you might participate in his investigation. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortom included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suppose it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nune of mine own House Fortom, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelin of House Holinar, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you prize from the scribe might prove difficult to parse. Had you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you were a friend of House Fortom. Do not concern yourself with House Zymel. I shall contact them myself. See the council of the 3 I mentioned and return to me when finished. Zymel, so that was... I don't actually know how to say that. Because D with the... If there's a Z after a letter, that first letter is often silent. Ooh. I think this storyline leads to us unlocking another dungeon, if I'm remembering correctly. Nine. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortom's does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what would become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hallinard have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. It's a smear campaign! I forget how much I love this. Just scruffed like a kitten. The person I seek is probably standing up above. Or not. Eh? Hello? Oh, there's another room in here. Definitely did not see that at first glance. Helona, grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Haurchefant. I want to help you, I truly do. But these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hallinat into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. Which, I mean, that is fair. Self-preservation and all that. I hate fighting those feral crocs, but I do love their design. I think the first time I saw that design, like with the weird split face, was in Final Fantasy XII. I'm not sure if they appeared before that. The Gervanian horde launched a brutal assault on the observatorium just as her astrologists began moving this moon's astroscope logs to the lower library. Adventurers will need to fend off the attack while protecting the scattered logs from the Thrust Avis's all-consuming flames. Yeah, I'm not helping, sorry. No, it's main story quest time. Voldemort, I gather you've been busy since last we spoke. Lord Haurchefant's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillarm arrived in Kurthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even among the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Haurchefant If Lord Haurchefant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Oh, that was such a cute noise, though. It's interesting, too. I felt all that way, but I lost less HP than I did falling by myself. I guess your mount does like a very small buffer effect. I love its little peats. Haurchefant, they're being mean to me. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Kurthus is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information. Lord Haurchefant is concerned for Lord Francel's well-being. Road to redemption. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Gervanian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. It looks very silly, inside. Oh, never mind. Do I have titles? I've only got the title of Gambler so far. Which I don't want to use. Oh. These guys are of a level where they will attack me. Oh dear. Unfit knight. Where is Lord Francel? Please, you must find him. Unnerved knight. So fast! So strong! We were no match! It's not safe here. We must flee. Francel, my friend. Who goes there? Momo? No, stay back. The fiend is still here. A grand ibis. Alone be praised, you did it. But what of the others? The 3 knights who accompany me, where are they? Can I? Thank you. Curse those fiends. It's as if they knew we were coming. I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe? Bless you, miss, bless you. Confound it all! How are we to redeem House Hollinard if we can't even slay a single Ibis? Ugh, we're fortunate you came along when you did, miss. House Hollinard will remember your kindness. I didn't invite you to the party, my friend. Why do I always start yawning the instant I start playing this game? It's not boring, I'm just tired. It was a foolish thing to do, I know. But I'd hope we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Hollinard that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We've been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it might be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. I hate this. No, I'm just gonna teleport. I got too accustomed to being able to fly. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent in making your acquaintance for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which the Inquisitor Guillaume has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours. Let's see, that's a level 36. What do I have? Level 34. So yes, it actually is worth it. Yarzon Shell Harpoon. Yarzons are those big ol' awful daddy long legs looking beasties. Following the evidence, Lord Harchefort suspects that someone is conspiring against Lord Francel. Oops. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would please, tell me of the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickerman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Kurthus, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. What do I have in my inventory? Oh, these lower level thingies. Right, I'd forgotten. I kind of forgot what all I am carrying. If I ever want to change to a different look, I have got plenty of Fantasias. But I'm sorry, Momo's perfect. I'm never changing her. A legend among local Kurthan shepherds, Downy Dunstan is said to have wool as black as night and as soft as a cloud. The problem is that most are never able to get close enough to the sheep to shear him properly, and those who are usually end up sacrificing a finger or two in the attempt. If someone were to pacify the beast, then there would surely be those who would pay generously. But yeah, the enemy of this is this giant sheepy here. It's very cute. What do you think? Larger and warmer than you expected, I'd warrant. This fort is also a place of shelter for the common folk. 'Tis better to rebuild a dragon-seared home than to burn with it. Yeah? Someone tampering with shipments. Fury strike me down if all of them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a House Helena man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what brought the shipment did it, though. I know most of them work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it... Could have been the fellas what were responsible for the inspections. Ha! Ishgardians, Knights, and Inquisitors, a lot of them, as if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from Whitebrim Fort today. You might consider having a word with them. I'm gonna be lazy. Apathetic porter. Plain-spoken porter. No time to talk. We're on a tight schedule. Once we begin our deliveries here, we're to deliver parcels to Skyfire Locks. Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Hollonar's shipments? What nerve! If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. You find draconian rosary hidden inside the parcel. And this one. And this one. Are we finished? If so, I'd appreciate an apology. The brand of an unbeliever, an enemy of the Holy See. But that's impossible. Once the knight at White Brim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels onto the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would never have allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Harshaphant, I will not be held accountable for this. Suspicious. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. Ah, but more importantly, what did Rickaman have to say? More draconian rosaries. In every single parcel bound for Skyfire logs. That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Hollownod's reputation. Whoever's responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Halone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name. In the eyes of gods and men, Lord Harshaphant needs your help to clear Lord Francel's name. From the very first, I knew it could not be so many members of House Hollownow were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to those poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to the Inquisitor Bregel. Tell her that House Fortoms asks, nay, demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. Oh, the person is right outside. Yeah, I thought it might be this person. I noticed them earlier and was thinking about talking to them. What is it, my child? Lord Harshaphant would have the Inquisitors do what? But that's not possible. Inquisitor Guillarm presides over Lord Francel's trial at Woodstrop even as we speak. Fear not. If Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Halone's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. Yeah, there's no such thing as a trial. They literally fucking murder people. Like, it's basically a witch trial. Like, of the sort where they would put people in water, and, like, if they drowned, they were innocent. They've taken Lord Francel to Witchdrop. This is madness! The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Momo, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchtrop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and position Inquisitor Guillaume in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francel alive. Bonk. So remember how I think I came across this area a session or two ago and mentioned how they yeet people off of this? Hail, Momo. As you can see, Lord Francel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Joachim Charlemagne Francel de Hallonow, you stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Halone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff, and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Halone's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draken forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortoms, I beseech you, stay your hand! Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Harshaphant. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Harsafan has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in the legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Harsafan arrives, Momo. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Your shield bears no sigil, sir. Do you serve the Holy See, or one of the high houses? I serve a higher power. Uh-huh. That's not suspicious at all, babe. Because, mind you, like I said, each of the high houses has its own thing, and the special knights that are associated with the High See are, like, their stuff is blue. So, yeah. Y'all give you a shit. Look! Lord Harsafan has come. The music stopped. Oh my! In the name of House Vortoms, I demand that you lay down your arms. By this deed, you do disgrace your line, Lord Harsafant. Guardian scum, today you shall answer for your sins. I'm sorry. Wherest are you from, Alderic? Oh my. A wyvern, but there were no reports of Dravanian activity. You would call upon your allies to save you. At last your treachery is laid bare. Okay, I can't hurt the wyvern. So... Harsafant, my beloved. You can't hurt the beastie. You gotta... Or at least not yet. Hey, no. You stop that. You don't get to heal, you prick. This will not be forgotten. Alderic drops a rosary. The wyvern takes to the skies. You obtain a draconian rosary. Hey, idiot! It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop, but this trial, like many others I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Hallinard. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginations of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? By the Fury, a draconian rosary? Then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern? A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Harsafant. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Kurthus, Momo. Pray, locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Harsafant, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you would have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Harlanar. Praise Halone, it did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Momo. Pray visit me at Cramp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. There are words I could say about witch hunts and people abusing their power and, you know, sowing evidence, but I won't. Specifically in regards to real life shit, but I won't. Just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, Lord Francel is such a baby. He's such a little baby. He's like significantly younger than a lot of the Ellison we've come across so far. He's not a teenager, he is an adult, but he's not very old. You look well, Momo. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of the heretic and his wyvern. House Fortomp and House Halinar shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. Lord Husherfront would like to introduce you to his witness, the final flight of the Enterprise. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. By the way, I keep jumping all over this, but this is like a map for like troop movements and shit. It's neat. Because you've got the little dragon guys and you've got the Ishgardians. It's a strategy table. Discomposed cataloger. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of the airship last seen in Kurthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil, in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshaphant is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few? In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. You literally could have just told Harshaphant this, but okay. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil? Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillamont of Whiteburn Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business at Camp Dragon has concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Momo. May Halone guide you. I am deeply fond of Harshaphant. Harshaphant? I don't know. They say his name later in voice acting, but I've never been very good at remembering. But yeah, he's a character that remains relevant for the better part of the series. Or the better part of the game within later expansions and whatnot. Oh, right, we gotta go up here. By the way, not that I'm not sure if anyone's watching right now, but we've got an ad in about 2 minutes 30 seconds here. Francel! Francel also remains relevant. Let the rabble blither with what they will over their rude cups. fourth he may be of his father's loins, but Sir Francel is first in piety and discernment. Skyfire Locked can be in no better hands. Oh, he's the fourth son, so he is baby. Wonderful to see you again, Momo. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the stone vigil. It shames me to say that it, too, was once an outpost held by House Hollinall. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the stone vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Girlamont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hollinall have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. Don't look at me, man. I'm not a religious nutjob. They try to fuck with me. They get to meet my spear. My wording wasn't real great there. What I mean is, there's nothing wrong with religion in and of itself. It's people that take it to the extremes that are the problem. Ad's about to start. I'm gonna continue playing through. Dragonflies of the Dravanian horde have gathered before Ishgar's final line of land defense, the Gates of Judgment. If the bastion is compromised, the horde's wingless ground troops will gain entry to the city-state, and thousands of lives will be lost. The gates must be defended at all costs. This is this walkway is how you get into the main city of Ishgard, aka Foundation. But we're not gonna go there until Heaven's Ward. We gotta beat a Realm Reborn first. Oh, I should actually, while we're here, unlock the levs for this area, while I'm an appropriate level. Grenadier. You desire an audience with Lord Girlamont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. A glowing letter of introduction addressed to House Durandare from Haurchefant. A glowing letter from Francel. What do we have here? Letters from Lords Haurchefant and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do? Ye of little faith. Sir Grenadier seems ill-inclined to help you. Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Girlamont's attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albois. Yes, Sir Albois can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. AKA, get out of my way, I don't want to deal with you. Oh look, my son! Falina, the Adventurers Guild representatives for local love quests and Whiteburn Front, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild loves. While I'm an adventurer, might I interest you in a guild love? Ah, my sincerest apologies. 'Twas presumptuous of me to assume you were an adventurer. I mean, how could I possibly know at a glance? That said, on the off chance that you are an adventurer, I have a wide assortment of contracts that need doing. There is, however, one catch. I must, in accordance with the official protocol, ask that you undertake a trial guild lev. Once you've completed this trial, you will become eligible to receive any levs I have to offer. We can dismember it for you wholesale. Oh my. The surge in traffic to Whiteburn Front is drawing beastkin and demons who then fight over the choicest morsels of slow-moving food. The cargadors demand a raise on the pain of road mutiny. Goods are being sold virtually at cost. Clear the trade route and you will find the traders very grateful. Regrettably, the roads to Whiteburn Front go more dangerous every day. If these attacks were to continue unabated, it would be disastrous for the local economy. We ask only that you do your part to kill dangerous beasts in the region. I do not think you incapable of this task, but be warned, leaving behind rotting corpses is likely to attract other creatures eager to feed. I'll do that in a sec. Also, hello, Elfino. Time is a resource we can ill afford to squander. We must gain entrance to the stone vigil without further delay. Welcome back, my dears. Thanks for your patience. Oh, this is an infirmary. I thank you for your concern, but these are no battle wounds. I merely slipped and fell on my backside, that's all. You'd think slayers of dragons could catch a bloody rat or two. Ah, I see. Rat problems. Got it. Okay, where the shit... You always had a way with words. What did you say? I'd be warmer in a bed with a corpse. Hello. A hammer's a dangerous thing in a hand gone numb. The Smith of Winter has my fingers in her vice. I've a need for an occasional thaw by the fire, or I'm liable to send that hammer flying into a nightly noggin. Are these beds? Oh no, this has got to be where they store shit. There's no way someone's sleeping out here. I'm part of the expedition to Snowcloak, and there I am bound in short order. My task was to replenish the supplies. In the camp, food has grown almost as scarce as warmth. I get the feeling there's an entrance down here. Yeah! Give me a sec. There's other people to talk to. I've heard many a tale of Villebrand's shimmering waters teeming with life innumerable and unimaginable, but in the Sea of Clouds dwell far more fantastic species, unlike any you might find in the Five Seas. Take up a pole and cast a line if you doubt my words. Yes, sky fishing is a thing, and the Sea of Clouds is exactly what it sounds like. It's up in the sky, and there's islands of floating rocks, and you do get to fish for skyfish. I actually am a bit of a fisher on my other character, Keldred. In times of relative calm, the soldiers of House Durandare expect to receive only the best equipment, but now that all of Whiteburn Front is preparing to retake the Stone Vigil, they have desperate need for material, as well as individuals like me who can procure it. Actually, give me a sec. Do I need to repair? Nope, I'm good. Wait, no. Storage room. Sir Bernardier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but rest assured I assure you, he is mistaken. Lord Gillamont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? At least she's useful and didn't choose somebody at random. Oh right, I forgot there's an upstairs here. Not enough. I've not enough medicine, not enough supplies, not enough hands. Valor is all very fine and good, but brave is like to turn into bedridden, and ideals don't sharpen the saw blades. Lawrence, please be safe. Why is it? If the Enterprise is indeed inside the Stone Vigil, then we must convince Lord Gillamont to cooperate. Are you here to visit a patient, madam? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Fort Thompson Howlanar. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gouderneau. He should know Lord Gillamont's current whereabouts. Resources are extremely limited at the front lines, so some patients have had to make do with food and bed rest. We can't be expected to dole out medicine to each and every one. Yeah, that sounds about right. And mind you, before the calamity, this place was not eternal winter. It had seasons just like the Shroud. I'm gonna speak with everybody here at this rate. Wyvern Front's under the control of House Durandare, one of the 4 high houses of Ishgard. Rybrim will be where the thrust comes from, you'll see, when they retake the Stone Vigil. So many people to speak with here. How can I be expected to fight on an empty stomach? I'm not derelict in duty, I'm incapable of duty. Gods, I'm so hungry. I must eat something soon, lest the sentries mistake the growling of my stomach for that of a ravenous scalekin. Madam. There's your chimkin. There's a few chimkins. Feels like I ate a whole dragon. It's not uncommon for the men to make excuses in order to avoid their duties. I understand why, though. When the dragons come, the sentries standing guard are the first to die. It is all manner of cold outside. Wet, dry, stinging, lancing. Unless I can get some hot food into these nights, it'll take the heart from them. An empty larder, a full barracks, and an inadequate kitchen. Is there any cook with a worse lot in life? I have a plan to retake the Stone Vigil, but a mountain of problems to solve before I can even go to my commander. A man dreams of glory, but an army must think of success. Strategy, sticky flummery. A spear held thusly. Dragon skewered thusly. What need for a plan beyond this, I ask? Yeah, you're one of the first ones to die. What say you come over to my bunk, Squire? Oh my! What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Gillamont is just up these stairs. Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You'd best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Are these... There's not even any fucking mattresses. It's just wood. And like a pillow. These poor fuckers. I know it's barracks, but that's fucking miserable. Wait a sec. Is there no ceiling on this place? Or is it just too high up for me to see? Oh, I can't figure out how to go into first person. What is it? I'm not in the habit of chattering while on duty. Unless you have pertinent business, be gone. What do you do here? I'm a knight sworn to the service of House Durandare. The name may mean little and less to an outsider, but it has the distinction of being one of the high houses of Ishgard. Under its proud standard, I have fought the dragons in more campaigns than I have fingers to count. Sorry, a yawn snuck up on me. Beasts though they may be, their cleverness and cunning are not to be scorned. If our people are to know peace, we must destroy every last one of the accursed creatures. What kind of place is this? Whitebroom Front has ever been a key outpost in the war against the dragons, and even more so now that Stone Vigil has fallen, but you may be assured that we do not mean to sit idly by. House Durandura has called its banners, and all its sworn swords and lances are amassing to retake the stone vigil. When our forces finally march, see to it that you are not underfoot. Oh hey! It's another dragoon! With the fancy armor! There's raw and there's raw. I may still be green, but I can stand sentry now without limping afterwards. That counts for something. Sir Goudinot permitted your passage. Very well, speak. Ooh. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scalekin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Gillamont. You know our name and you know our deeds. We are come to Kurthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive? But that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honey words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. Guillaume, we just fucking talked about this. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as loud as House Durandura marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in Whiteburn front but three mysterious figures? Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and two Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandura would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this murmur's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we've reclaimed it, until you declare your true intentions as well. Literally, you're wasting our time. It could be moons before House Durandura purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Momo, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillamont's trust. Understood? Can we kill him? Can we kill Guillaume? Common is the nation which is warred with its neighbors, but our neighbors are dragons, relentless and merciless creatures. Through generations of conflict and sacrifice, we have honed our warcraft with fire and blood, all to survive, all to triumph. Anything less, we would not be here today. What's upstairs? Okay, there is a proper roof and a door. Got it. Good. Because that would be stupid. This bell is the very same one in the sigil of House Durandura. It is a symbol more so than an instrument for raising alarm. It is bell. Okay. I don't want to go that way. I don't think. Damn my curiosity. Factual folklore. Horsefant is eyeing you with interest. You the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in Whiteburn front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillamont's mind. If there's one thing I learned about the man in my time here, is that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Went over the barracks and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contained no meat whatsoever. and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danafin Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Before I go over there, I might as well do this lev. An exceptionally pungent vinegar made from the fermenting of Curthis-grown apples. Oh, this is just one of the ones where I have to kill enough enemies. Shit, what am I doing? Come to me, my baby. Earn some experience points with me, my little bee. My poor little Nico. Damn it. Had a feeling that was gonna happen. Oh, hey, earrings. There we go. Oh, it's like she said, killing the others attracted this guy. I still laughed at one of their main attacks is their sneeze. Alright, Mr. Fantastic, calm down. Congratulations on a job well done. Here's your payment, Momo. Moments like this make it all seem worthwhile, do they not? Should you see fit to undertake another lev, you may avail yourself of my services at will. And now we have levs here. What class are you that you have such pretty shit? Oh, Pictomancer. No wonder I didn't recognize it. Pictomancer was... This is not the right way. Was just released in, Dawn Trail, which I do not own yet. I've decided that I need to finish everything on my other character, Caldred. All the content that was before Dawn Trail, but after Endwalker. And it's taking a while, because I don't usually have time to play. These Friday night streams are usually the only time I get to play 14 throughout a week. Oh. So that music, unsurprisingly, means that's a boss. After proving his might on the shores of Turtleback Island, the Cyclops Sterops has returned to Eorzea, but this time with a personal army of giants who call themselves the Second Eyes. Defeat Steros before he can cause any real damage. So, fun fact, these boss enemies, they require like dozens of people to fight. They are not the kind of beasties you can do on your own. It's unfortunate because usually it's quite difficult to get together enough people nowadays to do some of these Realm Reborn ones. Everybody's doing higher level content. Speak of the dead, well, this is a boss we could do on our own if we wanted to. Every year, pilgrims enter Kurthis to trace the steps of Saint Denethan, who long ago journeyed across the realm, aiding the less fortunate. And every year, a lustful creature known as Rongyr hides in the shadows along these roads to prey on these pilgrims. That's a much bigger mud puppy than usual. Hey. Get your ass over here, come on. I don't want to fight in the fate, I just want to kill you. That person does not need my assistance if they've already got that mount. That's a story mount from later on. No, Chinchilla, I'm not here to fight you either. Man, I'm actually shocked I don't have very many fire shards. Or lightning shards or water shards. Interesting. The shards are most primarily used in crafting, which we haven't gotten into yet. Because I want to focus on MSQ for the time being. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. A cross-section of meat sliced from the tail of a spotted mud puppy. The bone has not been removed. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here. And up above. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust for the steak, it would be my pleasure to indulge you. The rubbery texture of mud puppy meat will ensure your jaws grow exhausted before your belly grows full. Wahaha! Yes, yes! I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this god-forsaken waste. Is that a fresh-cooked steak? Halone's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Given that mud puppies are salamanders, I can't really expect that it's all that tasty, but still. Ever must be trained to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance? Sustenance? I can words. You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate the House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, huh? Ah, but I'd forgotten about the hard-working Cherugians at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking this steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Okay, upstairs. Beg your pardon, madam, but I am busy attending to this man. I'll be with you just in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic! Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Aww. Sid, hello. Sid would like to furnish the infirmary with a new alembic. The best inventions. Might I have a word with you, Momo? It concerns the Cherugians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites, though commonly used to produce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures. There is a way to alter the properties so they draw the cold within, rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it'll work. Summoning this indoors feels wrong. Like opening an umbrella. Although, I feel like not many people, or at least I think the younger generation doesn't have that association with umbrellas anymore, because I see a lot of them, like, with open umbrellas in, like, the train stations and stuff. It's like... It's just not a done thing. For, at least, is that a regional thing? That you don't, like, superstition? Or just, I guess, a moray? Like, that you don't open an umbrella indoors, ever? Maybe it's just a cultural thing. At least in New England, it's a no-no. Or supposed to be, at any rate. These ice sprites and those from Final Fantasy X are some of my favorite designs for the ice sprites. I'll get you in a second, Hipposurf. So these guys are basically hippogriffs. Look at them. They're just kind of sad looking. They're like scrungy baby hippogriffs. Grumbling guys. Shimpkin, how are you doing with your rank, buddy? Already rank 2, are we? Okay, actually, I'm wondering... We can go for the healer stuff first. Yeah, let's focus on healer stuff first for my little guy. So, you can level up your chocobo and give them certain abilities. The first time you do this, so the chocobos have a limit for levels. And once the first time you hit that level, you earn a barding for them if you focus on one thing, healing, DPS, or tank. you can periodically reset these levels, and also use, I think it's called like a Thavnarian onion, to increase the level cap. And in doing so, you level them up several times to get the different bardings, and to increase the power of your chocobo. It's kind of a pain in the ass, because in order to get the Thavnarian onions, they have to be grown, which requires a free company house. So you usually end up, if you don't have a house, you end up, and mind you, the seeds are hard to get. So it basically, you either have to have a garden and a free company house, or you have to buy them off the market board. And they're usually sold at a very high price because they have to be grown by other players. So it's complicated. And that's also rather true of the materials that are required to dye your chocobo a different color. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. So cold, these cores are said to freeze the very air around them, making them perfect for cooling drinks on an especially hot day. What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure as to what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as efficient as he claims, it will be a great boost to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. Ware thee of the kindly stranger, bearing gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Guillerm, can you fuck off? Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. Theo did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. You fake jackass. Why does that man detest us so? Is it because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. So if you go into alchemy, your character actually does use an alembic. The same thing Sid just made for these healers. Influencing Inquisitors. Sid is concerned about Inquisitor Guillaume. Before we can persuade Lord Gillamont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. But how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Kurthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiteroom Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. That is, if, like, the jackass hasn't talked shit about us to literally everyone in this area. Inquisitor Guillaume? Of course I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebird Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside to the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Hello, badass! I hope you're having a good day! How are things? Also, yes. I hope you're having a good Friday. Inquisitor Guillaume? I haven't the foggiest idea of whom you speak, unbeliever. We have learned of your deeds at Witchdraw. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! I hate religious people sometimes. Fiction or real life, anybody who keeps a closed mind, I hate. Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Yeah, no, he totally couldn't be fabricating his own reputation by accusing people of unmerited shit. Totally. That's not it at all. The Holy See has decreed that Inquisitors are the arbiters of Hallone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Oops, sorry. Alphino, why are you not wearing better clothes? You won't get an outfit change until well into Heavensward. In case you've yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Ugh. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with that irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he's held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect that he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Momo. Mayhap they will provide insight into the Inquisitor Guillaume's motives. Or motivations, rather. By the lights of Ishgard, Alphino appears to be in deep thought. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he felt chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived on Whitebird Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it can't be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Joelot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap we're chasing his steps would shed light on this mystery. No, 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 no! Bad, 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 bad. Ah, tits. Mistakes were made. I think I'm gonna die. Well, that was tiresome. Oh, look. A wagon. Inquisitor corpse. That's the same fella, yep. Imposter. There's something that can be said about blindly believing others without using any critical thought and common sense. Hello. The true test of a knight comes against the foes he cannot slay. The cold is indeed harsh, but the snow shall only serve to harden my resolve. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. The scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment to the position of Inquisitor. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you had just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume. Newly come to Curthis and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity. Even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he's decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Momo, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. I'm good. Thank you for asking, badass. And no worries. I hope you're having a good day. At last, a mithril lance. Ooh, that's actually better than what I already have. Oh Jesus, my gloves are terrible. Blood for blood. Alphino is determined to discover Inquisitor Guillaume's true identity. Since Lord Chillamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quickly to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolau with evidence that you discovered, and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. I would like, before the end of this tonight, I would like to get to Garuda. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I would like to try. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you want to ask? The Inquisitor's an impostor. Don't be preposterous, that could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. But he probably kicked your ass in the first place to mess with your memory. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. Cast doubt on her account. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jolau gave chase, I followed closely behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family. Secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolau and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I love would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When I at last agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as the Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jolau to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrim Fort, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized with some precision of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocents to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing. until Lord Francois was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept Draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of the White Room front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of conspiracy against House Harlanel, thus exonerating Lord Francois and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Halone, forgive me for not acting sooner. Actually, I think I gotta go through the other exit. The exits to this place are important because it is bracketed on, like, this side is cut off by that gorge, and so is the other side. You do a lot of hiding things in the snow, sir. Oops. I almost shut down OBS by accident because I clicked the wrong button. Whoopsies. Hey, Dum-Dum. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Hey, I've got proof, idiot. There'd better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me, the Inquisitor is a heretic. Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Momo, and for that I deeply apologize. I'll permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Yeah, I'll help. I would recommend that you use your brain instead of blindly believing in nonsense. Lord Guillemot requires your assistance in bringing the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume to justice. The heretic among us. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hell's take him and his Dravanian allies. I'm told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Momo. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Do none of you outposts have the communicators that our characters have? The pearls, the link pearls? They can't be that rare. Like, everyone in the Scions had them before we were wiped out. Onward, my noble steed! My little Cornish hen! I still am not sure what color I want my little potato to be, or my little... If I want... Like, I do want to dye my little chocobo a different color, but I'm not sure what color. Do I just make them brown? If so, which brown? There are so many browns. Boss enemy! Since breaking its way into one of the Skyfire locks and devouring an entire family of refugees as they escaped the flames of the Dravanian horde, the horrible Scalekin Sebek has been so highly sought by the Knights of Ishgard to pay for its heinous crimes. I don't want to deal with y'all. Fuck off. Are you gonna keep coming after me all the way over here? You look how stupid it looks. Because its eyeballs are in its mouth. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Guillemot arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Hellone's halls. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I've never questioned the teachings of Hellone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Guillemot, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kin and kith. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that to which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Guillemot, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Guillemot, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Yeah, I'm gonna kill your ass. Show the heretic no mercy. He must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled. Ignorant swine, soon you will know the futility of your faith. Wormhound, huh? Wormst. I know he summoned them, but where the fuck are they? Oh, there we are. They're just pikes. These guys aren't a threat, they're just irritating because they can paralyze you. Not by a goddamn heretic. I'm sorry. I didn't kill them fast enough, my friend. How wrong you are, Ishgardian. I've been blessed with power beyond your ken. Come, my brothers, grant me the strength to smite our enemies. Oh great, he turned himself into a dragon. I'm reborn. And Shera had a voice crack. Stand your ground, 'tis but an illusion. If he can turn into a fucking dragon, I see no reason why I can't have my chocobo with me. I think that's not fair. Dragon stands before you, yet you still do not flee. Your magics have no power over me, heretic. Again, you can't call somebody a heretic unless they used to believe in what you believed and have twisted... Like, that is not the definition of heretic. Heretic is somebody who used to believe in the same thing you believe, but now believes in something... It's like taken what you believe in and still believes in a version of it, but twisted to the point that you don't recognize it or you don't want to recognize it. If they never believed in what you believe, they are not a heretic. That's not what that word means. fuck it. We'll just go easy mode. I don't care. I'm not in this to challenge myself. I'm in this to show off the story. By the way, ad break in 2 minutes here. I think part of the problem is I kept choosing... I'm a dummy. I kept choosing... I assumed that the gear I was being given as quest rewards was no good. That's not true. The gear I was being given was just fine, and it was actually pretty good. I just made the dumb decision to choose money instead. So I am under-geared right now a little bit. No, my weapon's fine, but like my armor and such is not adequate. You guys should really learn how to make better teams. Like, you should not have a full team of DPS. Oh, never mind, there is one healer. They're not a very good healer, clearly. Hey, Squishy Knight, have you considered moving out of the AoE? Can you hurry up, please? Thank you. Okay. I need to focus on that fucking wyvern. So Guillarm is not the main enemy here. Got it. I haven't failed this hard in a while. I assumed that by destroying Guillarm, the battle was done. Clearly, that is not the case. And focusing him did not help anyone. Hurry up! Where the fuck is the... Get down here, you asshole. Over here, jackass. See how easy it is if I actually paid attention to the fucking game? And wasn't a lazy jackwagon? Shera, it could be so easy, just pay attention. Look at its dumb fucking face. My glamours dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood's been replayed with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, white brim front shall fall. Thanks for putting up with the ad. Sorry about that, my dears. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Momo, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Yeah, that's true. And y'all should be better about just sentencing people to death for no reason. But we don't all get what we want, do we? Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you to our midst. It is past time you were reunited with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whiteroom Front, and bring your associates. I don't know. On the one hand, it's not necessarily a bad thing that they left my character here, that they gave me back control and permitted me to run back on my own. On the other hand, they couldn't have, saved me some time by teleporting me right back to Whiteburn Front. Meh. I'm just salty because I can't wait to be done with MSQ for A Realm Reborn so I can actually fly in these areas is all. Where have you been, Momo? The False Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Well, yes, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you to not revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we've secured the Enterprise. Afano is eager to enter the Stone Vigil. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pray, pay Lord Drillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Excuse me. I'm glad I get out earlier in the night on Thursdays and Fridays, but getting up before 7 a.m. is always a struggle. At least I don't have to get up before 4 a.m. though, like I used to have to for custodial work. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes. Yes, of course. This is the very least I can do, given you all you've done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I can't say. Nor can I give you the assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Kurthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Gillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I'll inform Sir Nathalane of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, Scions. I trust you will not discuss the events which transpired at Snowclip too openly. The heretic is dead, and the lords of the High Houses know of your deeds. That's what matters. Aha! And what about all the dead? Are there going to be damages paid to the many people in House Harlina and other houses that were murdered by that faker? Hmm? I'm actually finally, not crazy over-leveled past the main story quest. It's level 41 and I'm 44, so that's not... I'm actually on par. And I might actually get... That means I might actually get some gear worth having from this dungeon. Because I'm pretty sure I'm about to unlock that dungeon. Seps. Many fine Ishgardianettes have fallen to the Dravanian horde, but one dragon in particular has claimed more lives than most. Its name, Seps. The winged aberration must be slain if the souls of its victims are to rest in peace. Hail, Momo. Lord Gillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. And I shall. NPCs! Somehow, there's still there's still 3 other Scions alive, I guess, to fight by my side. Well, not all the Scions were in the headquarters when it got raided. A good chunk of them were probably still outside and running various other missions and whatnot. Again, I'd still like to get to Karuta tonight. I'm not sure if it'll be possible, but this is a step in the right direction. They really have made a ruin of this place, says the Thaumaturge. Can I get rid of this, please? Thank you. If I remember correctly, there should be like little bits and pieces of parchment around here that sort of tell us a story. Or maybe, is that this dungeon or is that one of the others? Maybe it's one of the others, but this feels like the correct one. I guess if I come across them, I'll know. Oi. But little pieces of parchment that talk about what happened to the soldiers who were here. I think... Do I remember correctly that they had to resort to cannibalism? I guess we'll have to play the dungeon and see. I could also be thinking of one of the hard version of the dungeon. Because oftentimes there's the basic version, for main story quest, and then there's a more difficult version you will unlock later on. That oftentimes has more or different lore. Ah, there's no ceiling. This place really did get dinged in. The barracks. Wait, what were the names of where... Oh, never mind. This is the first place with a name. That's an interesting achievement. Oh, defeat 1,000 enemies is what that achievement was for. Interesting. I feel like I remember there being an interesting battle here in the hard version. Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. It's been a while. Times like this, I rather do wish I had an AoE. Dragoon used to actually have an AoE. You would, sort of plant your spear into the ground and swing your body on the pole to kick at the enemies in a circle. I think it was called Ring of Thorns. We used to joke and call it the pole dancing attack. That hasn't been a thing for 6 years at this point. That was removed around, I think it was around the time that Stormblood came out. I'm still not entirely certain why they removed it, but they did. We do have some later AoEs, like this Doom Spike does an attack that goes through all enemies in a line in front of it, so technically it's an AoE, but a more circular one would be nice for when you're surrounded by enemies. But if I want AoEs, I should level up Black Mage. Or, failing that, Dancer is a good option. I'm considering making Momo a dancer. I'm not sure. Shudo Yudo. That just makes me think of Sutta Widow. He jumps on us all at once. I'm just gonna follow the NPCs. Excuse me. savage. Bye. 7 hells. I pray we don't face another one of those beasts. I do like the comments the NPCs have. Capella. What the fuck is a capella? Oh, it's an astrologian... It's an astrologian what? Oh, a weapon. So this was called the Barbican. This is the left brattle. Okay, so let's see what's over here. A treasure chest, if nothing else. Come to think about it. Ishgardian steel ingot. A unique alloy made with traditional Ishgardian smelting techniques. So, you can make a knight captain's chair, cannonballs, stone vigil beacon. Okay, yeah, it's similar to the wax you can get from the Hockey Manor. You can use it to make decoration stuff for houses. Can you not with that shit? Another dead dragon. It looks like the same model that was at the bottom of that crevasse. Ooh, we have lumber break. Actually, I don't remember if our characters, if these NPCs use the lumber break. I know that the ones in later expansions absolutely do. At least from Shadowbringers onward. I'll have to poke at it and see if any of them takes the opportunity to use Lumber Break. I tend to forget it exists. Because frankly, the only limit break I consider useful is the one that revives the one or more party members. And that's the healer limit break. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where non-healer limit break was all that interesting. I think there's like a single dungeon where, or raid, that the tank limit break is mandatory for a certain battle. Oh, what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Digital eye patch. I'm just gonna hide that. But hey, it is a better piece of gear than what I'm currently wearing, so I will take it. Noise they make is their battle cry, or not their battle cry, their death noise. Isn't that used in like the fucking Land Before Time? Ah, damn. I kind of wanted to lure them through the fire, but I can't even target them, so that's a no-go. Cauche. Oh. That's a tank, like, attack that they... yeah. I see, you gotta play fucking Twister. Hey, get it? Twister wasn't even the word I was going for here. Actually, fuck it. See, that doesn't do shit. Oopsies. Die already, jeepers. Hopefully, we've no more fires to worry about. I hate to tell you, but I'm pretty sure we do. Okay, I got a hat. Okay, so only the pants are of use to me. Got it. Yep. I was gonna say, long hallway. That looks like the same place we fought some ice spirits, ice sprites earlier. What do you know? If the icicles didn't give it away. Security command. I think that robe is for, yeah, that's for spell users. Alright, time to fight Bind. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We've come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Momo, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we're ready to depart. But you can manage that, can't you? That settles it, then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. Jackwagon McGee has arrived. So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests? A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle. Assuming, of course, you live that long. just rude. Alphino, the dragon. Confound it all. Let's see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Oop. Click the wrong button. Oop. Okay, there we go. Alright, Isabind. We'll need to be careful with this one, says my dude. And he does have a point. Part of my problem, well, I guess it's not really a problem. A lot of these early missions, or early dungeons, I don't remember super clearly because I usually, when I go back and play them later, do the hard versions, which are slightly different. You're a rude beastie. And there's going to be a second row. Hello. are very nearly dead, my sir. Bye! Yeah! Yeah, a few new items. Let's see, that's Machinist and Astrologian, Marauder. We're just gonna go ahead and thing is, I want to turn these into my Grand Company for points, but I don't think I have unlocked that ability yet. Because you can turn these in for free company points, and no, sorry, Grand Company points, and you can use those points to purchase things. Issue being, I'm not entirely certain that I remember how to unlock that, so I'll have to do some research. We're just gonna get this crap out of my inventory real quick as well. There. What do you guys have to say? Anything? Nope, you're just cute. Momo, Momo, are you alright? Speak to me! Oh, Alphino, you care. He's so good at hiding his, like, especially this early in the game, he's so good at hiding his anxieties behind, like, being a jackass that I forget that Alphino at this point is, like, 15 and an actual child. To all be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of the etherical bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let's go and see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be prepared if we are to proceed with our mission. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. The implication here is that landed somewhere outside, and the soldiers brought it to where we found it. How? When I look at her, I feel as though I've come home. I can think of no other way to express it. How I've longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelves would. Yet I will not deny the Holy See has had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian job proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, huh? Mount speed in the Kurtha Central Highlands has increased. Yes, thank you. Why do you tarry, Momo? Our work is not yet finished. We must press onward until the Harpy Queen lies broken at our feet. Into the eye of the storm. Sid appears to be deep in thought. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert in the workings of the airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn the proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that might not be enough. Confound it! There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it! We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though, mayhap not to you, Momo. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etherical currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etherical energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert a wind-aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know of a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertain, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it might sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etherical studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Momo, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Let me take a sec. I want to apply my glamour. I'm looking a little mismatched right now, and I don't like that. Yes, here it is. Oh, I don't have any for the rest. Let me go repair my junk real quick. I want to leave. Please. Let me leave. I really hate that there's a loading point here. I think it makes sense, but doesn't mean I like it. Alright, my dears. I think this might be where I leave off for tonight. That way, next time, I can just teleport to Camp Drybone, and next time we ought to be able to defeat Garuda, and then we'll see what goes from there. I don't remember what's next in the story after this. It's been a long time since I played this part. But I appreciate everybody who popped by tonight. This was a lot of fun, and we did get a good amount of story done. Let's see. Who do we feel like? Oh, by the way, so I think I already posted, but I already posted about this and it's already on my schedule, but Sunday I'll be doing some Papa's Freezeria since we're getting into summer. So I figured I might as well show you what that game's like because it's wicked cute. But alrighty, who should we go ahead and say hello to tonight? Shino is doing some Mario Kart World. Ollie Robs is doing Cold Line. Lunar Wolf Matthew is doing some Bravely Default. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Samhain is doing games and demos. Deku is doing Breath of the Wild, Nintendo Switch 2. And Audrey is doing Kirby 64. Do any of those sound fun to y'all? You know, I don't know that I've rated Lunar Wolf Matthew before, or if I have, it's been quite some time. And he is an excellent being. Very sweet person. So let's go ahead and say hello to him, why don't we? Yeah, guys, thank you. Ooh. I can type, I swear. But yeah, guys, thank you again for those who popped out tonight. This has been a ton of fun. And we got a good chunk of story done. So next time we'll get to fight Garuda, and we'll see how things go from there. But take care, stay safe, until we talk again, have a good one. Now, let's go say hi to Matthew. Here we go.